Good morning. Reminder, this is a gossip commentary channel. I do not know Mindy or any of these people personally. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes, allegedly based off the information from her videos or public records, with my own speculation that I will make clear. Please do not send Mindy any hate. I have not been keeping up with Mindy's vlogs. The last video I saw was the one I recapped, but I hear the chatter and it seems like nothing of worth has been happening, unless you count Mindy baking cookies in her dingy bra, but this latest one has gotten people worked up, so I'm going to settle in and give it a watch and provide context of what people are saying. The title of this video is IVF Update and Change of Plans. Now, previous to this video, people were wondering if her plans to visit Peter, aka the Potter Collector, were going as planned with everything going on. From a passive viewer's perspective, I'm sure they just think she's not posting videos as planned or behind on her upload schedule, but this has been an ongoing thing for her for this year, so it wouldn't raise eyebrows. Or they could think that she's just busy with Liam and her plans for baby number 2, but if you're in the know, you know that while she's posting proverbs and reposting pages dedicated to bullying or protecting your inner peace and not having a reaction, she's actually behind the scenes trying to strike down Instagram pages and YouTube channels. Her mom, Julie, and her older friend, Jackie, have also been busy leaving comments traced back to them, so they're definitely aware of these pages, but no public acknowledgement for them on the things that have been said. Anyway, let's get going on the video. We're starting off with a video montage. She's a multitasking mama changing her date on the Hogwarts calendar while her coffee brews. Hashtag productive. Now we're in the car and she's talking about going into the office to check her lining to do the embryo transfer. I want to make it clear right now that I'm not an IVF expert. I've never been through it. I don't know the procedures or terminology, so if I mess something up, please correct me. I've said it before, but I've watched Mindy for years, so I was not one of the many people who started following her specifically for her IVF content. And I was unaware of how someone in a legitimate infertility situation would feel, but it's been discussed as her being extremely insensitive to the IVF community. I really started disliking her during her pregnancy journey because I feel like that's when she started clickbaiting. The first time someone you watch and respect on YouTube clickbaits you, you start to feel like, wait, did I assume something I shouldn't have? Was that on me? But a lot of people did feel the same way. She would post a picture on Instagram with tears and then go silent and not respond to comments or messages, miss her upload schedule, and then come back and say she's fine, but something minor happened. This is the first time I started seeing her do this tactic, which is now a Minx staple. If she's ever going through some backlash or scandal, she goes dark on social media, doesn't post a video or two, and then comes back like nothing happened. So that was what left a bad taste in my mouth, but there was an extra layer for women that do have legitimate infertility. They have this woman that is marketing her journey on Instagram with hashtag IVF, hashtag infertility, which is why they start following her on Instagram and YouTube. But then it turns out she's a perfectly healthy woman, and she has used the terms perfect uterus before when discussing one of her appointments. The only reason she's doing IVF is because her husband had a vasectomy damn near 30 years ago. And when she first started doing her IVF videos, she seemed to be following the blueprint of IVF YouTubers with like tears and sadness, but really her IVF journey has gone relatively smoothly to the point where she talks about everything like it's for certain and everything is going to go according to plan and the baby will 100% happen. And she's telling this to women who she pulled in with her little hashtags that are going through IVF and not having success because they're dealing with actual infertility. Anyway, enough backstory, let me get back into the video. She's discussing the lining and estrogen medication that she's on. One thing I will add while she's babbling about her migraines is that I don't know if it's just me, but isn't it odd that Larry isn't involved with her appointments? The first IVF journey was during COVID, so Larry wasn't allowed into the clinic, but he was doing her shots and he seemed supportive in the beginning. But this time around, it's just been the Mindy show and she's going to her appointments alone and she's just posting selfies when she talks about her IVF on Instagram. And Larry seems very much not involved. She gets back into the car and talks about the appointment. Long story short, her perfect uterus is not lined enough for the procedure. She says that the doctor prefers the lining to be about 7 or 8 millimeters, but she is at 6.4. And she somehow is under the impression that they will allow the procedure to go through and she will wait for the call. Given the facts that she's saying, if I were her, I would immediately think this wasn't going to happen, but she seems to think she's fine. It's giving flashbacks to the Starbucks Christmas Cup Day fiasco where she just acted confused until they gave her a free one to get her out of their driveway. She says she's going to call Larry and her mom and quotation mark friends to give them an update. She goes to Target and gives a very long, boring story about forgetting her bags and dropping her coffee cup under the car. She's now going to the nail salon and she says she always gets gel and keeps babbling. Remember when she would act like she was Amish and talk on and on about keeping her nails natural? That was always weird to me that she made such a point about keeping her nails natural, her eyebrows natural, but whatever. We have her Target haul, more medication and cookies, and she picked up my favorite haul's cough drops, honey and vanilla, and I hate that she and I will probably have the same favorite cough drops now. I know, petty. Her bun gets an honorable mention with the purchase of new bobby pins. She puts her camera in some precarious position because why invest into a tripod 6 years into YouTube? Liam finally got something, PJs, so no toys for the little boy yet, but Larry finally makes an appearance in his own PJs, heating up something in the microwave, and doesn't acknowledge the camera or express any thoughts or concerns on the IVF update. Her management team sent her flowers. Someone said they aren't a management team so much as a PR team that gets her sponsorships, but I don't know. It would explain why she's getting higher end sponsorships like Charlotte Tilbury and Way, but no help with her dramas and scandals. While she's putting the flowers away, Larry is shown for a brief second sitting at the kitchen table while she's blabbering, and he doesn't seem very happy. His body language seems hostile, but that's just me. Let me know what you think. We have almost 2 minutes left of the vlog, and she's recording herself in the car getting the call from the fertility clinic. Someone said that in Florida it's illegal and even a felony to record someone without their permission, so I hope she got their permission. Anyway, she's putting on a brave little face as they tell her her lining test has to be repeated, which I know it sucks, but I don't know why she seems disappointed when she already knew she wasn't meeting. The nurse is now consoling her because Mindy had to cancel her trip to see Peter because of all this. Lots of women in the Discord are going through IVF have expressed disbelief that she was even going on this trip because so many things can go wrong or get postponed during IVF, or it would just add stress to an already stressful situation. But like I said, Mindy talks and acts like everything is going to go exactly as she plans. She yells that she's going to have to cancel her trip to see Peter, but that it's okay because maybe the plane was going to fall out of the sky. Someone also said this in the Discord, but that is such main character energy. To think that the universe did not line your perfect uterus to safely remove you from a flight, because that's the only logical reason she could come up with. Screw everyone else that was on the plane as long as Mindy is safe. She says something like she thinks she didn't pass her lining test the first time with Liam either, and she supposes she's just not someone who passes the first time. It's like she's never seen anyone go through IVF and sees that it's a constant struggle to get a successful transfer. She says she can't go to Chicago because her new transfer date will be during the time that they would have been there. She ends the video by saying she will break the news to Peter and Larry and they will figure it out and the screen just goes dark. In the past, when she got bad or disappointing news, they would sit down and give the update together, and Larry would be comforting her and saying positive things. It's such a stark contrast to this vlog. And also, she hasn't really done a goodbye in a few vlogs. She just kind of just ends them. But anyways, that's the end of this video. As of right now, the Mindy Stinks memes page is still down. I guess that was Mindy's little birthday gift to herself. But hopefully it goes back up soon, maybe just in time for her birthday tomorrow. See you in the next one and have a great weekend.